Ayo, welcome. It's spooky Saturday time in the morning because I'm scared of the dark. And I got a new mic and I tried to mess with it, but if anything sounds weird, just let me know and I will fix it for you guys because that is the worst. Okay. So last time we played, I got stuck on this like song puzzle. I just did it off stream, so we're good to keep going now. Let's see. What do we have to do now? Enter the sanctuary. Oh, I think this door opened? Alright, before I start, I just made a coffee, so let me just have a couple sips, because I will forget about it. It's hot. Ooh. I really hope you guys can't hear any mouth noises with the new mic. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Oh. One sec. Let me fix my... Ooh. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the new subscribe. Thank you! Give me one... No, pause. Pause! I got like a new like Christmas model, kind of. And the syncing is a little weird on it. So 1 second. Oh! Snatched. I get snatched. 1 second. Sorry guys. Come on. Ah? Ah? I'll mess with it later. I just might not make as many funny faces, but we're working on it. You back over here. And just let me reset. Okay, we should be good now. Sing a happy song, whistle a merry tune, wait for his arrival, he's coming very soon. I don't want to. Ew, some dookie water there. Nasty.
One down.
Oh my lord, that's loud in my ears. Let me turn my headset down. Ooh, ooh, when I catch you. It's way too quiet right now. Oh, scooped on me! He scooped me! Why you check like that? No. Who's away from the you get down here, fight me yourself, you little bastard. Now what? Huh? When I come up there, I'm coming up. I thought he disappeared. Ah! Look at him peeking! I'm coming to get you, brother. We're fighting this at... He just saved. I got goosebumps. Don't run at me. Just don't run at me, please.
Every
is
day, the
this?
same strange thing happens. I'll be up here in my booth, the band will be swinging, and suddenly Sammy Lawrence just comes marching in and
I don't like the goofy sounds.
tells us all to wait a moment. Then I hear
Fuck. Oh! I can't tell which ball's which. Why, I almost lost it all. Get in there. I want one in the hole, please. At least one. Oh my god. There. An eyeball? Oops. Well. Okay, I think we can go this way now. Yes? No. All the doors. Why did all the doors close again? Please. Oh, basement. Get out of here. I don't want to go deeper down.
Oh no, there's no valve. Where did it go?
Hello? Huh? Excuse me, sir. Bye. Down here, we're all sinners. Bro. Why that goop got a hat? Hello? Ew.
Was that thing holding my valve?
Where'd he go? Oh no, I don't like this go. I can't run. Just go straight. Can I? Oh, I can jump. Hello?
I love the quiet, and that's hard to come by in these busy times. And yeah, sure, it may stink to high heaven down here, but it's just perfect for an old lyricist like me. Sammy's songs always got some bounce, but if I didn't get away once in a while, they'd never have any words to go with them. So I'll keep my mind to singing and my nose closed.
Is this Dookie? Dookie water? I thought it was ink. I don't like corners. Hello? Hey you, give me that. Hey, give me that bat. You little bastard. Ugh. Sir, give me that. Okay, well, it wouldn't be like that. Yep. Yep. Can I, like, corner? Give me that. Oh, what's that? Okay. Let's bring it down. Alright, let's crush this skull, I guess. Ew, look at ugly mouth. Just hanging open. Alright, there's there. It's in the other corner. It's the other one. Alright. Here, underneath the box. Oh, he's there. Okay, go, go. Smash the skull. Okay, that is not the skull. Alright, you get out of the way. Stick with me. How do I get you under this? Oh my god, that cutout always scares me. Can I chase him? Like, is he kind of like making his way over? I think I got him there. I think he's there. Okay, okay, okay. Ready? Bye. Yoink.
Sorry I had to do that. Nice
Jack?
hat, though.
Jack? That person? Noob. Go, go, go. Excuse me, sir. Oh, jump. Just run, just run. Oh, don't even acknowledge that hole. Jump. He's gone. Hello? Yeah.
Okay, that should do it.
Turn to Sammy's office. There hasn't been a jump scare in so long, I'm fucking scared. Okay, office. Office. Over Sammy's office. Ooh,
So I go to get my dustpan from the hall closet the other day.
I already got that.
And guess what? I can't find my stupid keys. It's like they disappeared into thin air or something.
Anything over
All I
here?
can think of is that they must have fallen in one of the garbage cans. Something in my room.
Oh, banger. Hello? I think the stairs. Where are the stairs? Oh wait, the stairs back that were like, okay. Don't scare me, please. Hello?
Rest your head. It's time for bed.
Did you just hit me with the dustpan?
There we go now, nice and tight. We wouldn't want our sheep roaming away now, would we? No, we wouldn't.
Hey, put the axe down.
I must admit, I am honored you came all the way down here to visit me. It almost makes what I'm about to do seem cruel.
Oh, please don't.
But the believers must honor their savior. I must have him notice me. Wait, you look familiar to me. That face.
Uh-huh.
Not now, for our Lord is calling to us, my
Take
little
3 steps
sheep.
back,
The
please.
time of sacrifice is at hand. And then I will finally be freed from this prison, this inky, dark abyss I call a body.
Okay.
Quiet. Listen. I can hear him
You got me in a circle?
crawling above. Crawling. Let us begin.
Huh?
The ritual must be completed. Soon he will hear me. He will set us free.
Okay, take 7 steps back. You're too close to me. Why do you sound like that?
It is time for sleep. Rest your head. It's time for bed.
No.
In the morning, you may wake. Or in the morning, you'll be dead. Hear me, Bendy. Arise from the darkness. Arise and claim my offering.
No.
Free me, I beg you.
Can I
I
run?
summon you, ink demon. Show your face and take this tender sheep. No, my
Hello?
lord, stay back. I am your prophet. I am your God.
Oh no. Oh no. I got him. God, where's up the corner? Oh. Wait. Oh my goodness. Flashbang. Hello? Was I, oh, the axe is right in front of me. I'm so stupid. Oh my god. Hello? Okay. Excuse me. Oh my god. Oh, oh, it can break? Oh no. Oh no, please. Oh, wait. Damn. I didn't, oh my god. I did not know he changed. How, where the fuck am I? Oh, well. Just going. I'm not gonna turn around. Left. Door. The ink makes me sit down. Bruh. The ink makes me move like a snail. Exit. What about, let's go left this time then. Left! Door. Yeah, jump. Door. 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 Hello?
Hello? Someone there? I know you're in here. Come out and show yourself.
No. Goofy? Hello? Oh my god, look at this little walk. Look at this little walk.
Boris?
Sorry, I shouldn't have dead named you. Boris. My bad. Boofy. Do I get a little homie with me now? That's 100% less scary if I got a homie with me. Look at him. Oh, he's so cute. He's like Goofy mixed with Snoopy. Gnoopy. Gnoopy. Norris? Hello? Oh my goodness. Flashing lights in this game. Norris. Oh, he's just a chill little guy. Yum. Gulp, gulp. Can I look around before I talk to you, please? You got problems, sir. Okay. What's up, Snores? Can I talk to you? Snores and Henry. I feel like if I leave, you're gonna scare me.
I'm not getting out of here that easy. Need to open the door, but the lever is missing. Boris probably has it.
I hate when games do that. I'm already on my way to talk to him. Let me talk to him. Hello.
Hey, buddy, you seen that lever handle around? Or are you holding it hostage until I make you something to eat? I thought so. Let's see what we got.
Oh, I think I just ate that soup, bro. I'm so sorry. I ate one of the soups. Oh, sorry. Free soup. I don't know if I can make him soup if I'm eating it all. Soup can. Soup can. What is this? Ew. Ew. Blow exploded. Blow? Bro? Oh my god, am I... Ignore me. Whoa, what are we exploded? Where the fuck is the soup at? Soup, soup, soup.
That should be enough.
Yum, 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 yum. Soup time. I got your soup, buddy. I'll make you some soup. Yummy, 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 yummy. Yummy soup. You want some soup?
Here you go.
Thanks. Thank you. Enjoy your soup. See ya.
Let's see what's out there. Don't wander off.
Oh, sir, did you eat your soup? Soup? Yummy? Yummy soup? You're my son now. Okay, take a couple steps back, though. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Hot, cold. I'm gonna make sure I don't miss any audio tapes around here. Why can I hide? Norris, why can I hide? Norris, turn on the lights. You go first. Please don't make me go first.
Looks like it's really dark up ahead. Let's find some light.
Enter the darkness, find a flashlight. Okay, this? Oh, hell no. Oh, I'm not scared. I'm not
Don't be
scared.
scared, Boris.
Oh,
Keep the light near you so you don't get lost.
don't be scared. Don't be scared, Boris. It's okay. One second, Boris. Don't go too far. I gotta look for audio. Oh, get scared. Okay, we're okay, buddy.
Did you hear that?
Maybe I should go for...
Yeah, me either.
Please don't kill him. He's my only friend. Please. I get goosebumps. Something's about to happen.
Another dead end. I don't see any other way through. You got any ideas, Boris?
Boopy. Like Snoopy. Boopy. Boopy, come on. Boopy, we are trapped in this room. You got ideas, Boopy? No, Boopy, come back, please. Don't die. boopy noise. Freddy. Where did Boopy go? Please don't jump scare me, Boopy.
Wow. I don't remember any of this.
Oh, okay. Keep in mind where we got on that. Chat, where the fuck is Boopy? Hello? Boopy.
Better get overtime for this.
Kind of called too far. Oh. Hello?
Why is there always something blocking the door? Gotta be a way through.
This thing's gonna move on me. I don't got no weapon. It's gonna I gotta be. I don't trust this singular pile of goop. Hello? Why is it so loud? Oh. Ladder? No work. Eh. Oh. Huh? Why did that turn into a skull? I'm gonna make it boopy.
I don't be seeing what the big deal is. So what if I went and painted some of those Bendy
This
dolls with Puppet's
Jacksepticeye.
life? That's sure no reason for Mr. Drew to be flying off of
In
that
no way
Bendy.
it's not.
And if he really wants to be so helpful, he could be telling me what I have to be doing with this warehouse I got full of that angel whatchamacallit. And a scrap of that mess be said. You'd probably have to melt it all down to be rid of it all.
I gotta move this somehow, huh? Up here? No. Is there some way to get this machine moving? Let's see. Cogs. Doesn't look like I can climb. I want to be able to move this shelf. Power supply? This? Yep. Unclog. Yoink. Okay, where else? Yep. This side seems good. Yoink, yoink. Yep. There we go. Boopy. Can I move this now? Oh, yeah. Yippee! Okay, go. Hello? Please don't do this to me. Ugh. No, thank you. Oh, do I have to move around?
I see you there. A new fly in my endless web. Come along now. Let's see if you're worthy to walk with angels.
Hello? I don't want to go that way. Is it... Where'd all the dolls go? Where did all the dolls go? Hello? Miss, please. Please don't jump scare me, please. I've been a good animator, please. Oh, I don't want either of these. Oh, please don't make me choose. Dreams come true. I feel like we're gonna get fucked up no matter what. You know what? We're going demon side. Hello.
There's nothing wrong with dreaming. Wishing for the impossible is just human nature. That's how I got started. Just a pencil and a dream. We all want everything, without even having to lift a finger. They say you just have to believe. Believe can make you succeed. Belief can make you rich. Belief can make you powerful. Why, with enough belief, you can even cheat death itself. Now that
I don't know about that one,
is a
sir.
beautiful and positively silly thought.
Oh, thank you for the subscribe. Thank you. Can I go back, or is it gonna make me go the demon route? I want to see. Oh no! Alright, let's go. Hello? I just saw that save thing pop up for a millisecond. Don't you... Oh! Locked in. I'm locked in. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the gift. I can't. Why can't I hide? Hey! I don't like long hallways. Please don't jump scare me, please. Hello? Hello? Ooh, you, when I catch you, Bendy. Oh, Snoopus!
Boris! Oh, you scare me to death. Don't suppose you found anything we can use to protect
Boopy.
ourselves with.
Did you see that crazy bitch come out of the window, Boopy?
Guess we'll do.
Thank you, Boopy, but what about you? Stay behind me. I will protect you with my life. Okay, a couple steps back behind me, sir. Just a little bit, Boopy. Let's see. Look, it's you! Huh? Boopy? Wow, fake fan. Fake fan. Mods. Mods, add her and find her address, mods. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Where did my Boopy go? Mods dox her. Just kidding. I do not endorse that. I lost my Snoopus. I don't like this. Where did he go? Snoopus. Don't. You stay still. I don't see any soup. I don't see any tape recorders. I don't see my homie. Oh goodness. I guess he's... Boopy. Boopy. Did you go ahead? Please.
Looks like to open this, we need to throw 2 levers at once. You get this one. I'll find the other.
Boopy. Okay, you stay there. I got you. I got you. I got a weapon.
Alright, let's go over this again.
Alright, let's
If
listen
the
to them
pressure
argue
goes
while I
over
drink my
45,
coffee.
I screw with the safety bolt and cut it, right?
No, for the last time you do that, you blow every pipe in this place. If it reaches 45, you
Mod,
unhook the
send her
safety
700
switch.
pieces
You
right
sure?
now.
You know, this
Just-
sounds harder than comparing earwax to beeswax.
Look,
Leave him
it's
alone.
not
He's
that
trying to give us
difficult.
some lore,
Just keep an
alright?
eye on the cage.
Look, pal, if you think I'm doing my job and yours, I'm out of here.
Put my coffee down before I get jump scared and burn the absolute shit out of myself. Okay, we're gonna go left. Godspeed, everybody. No, he ran! Behind me is me, he's behind me is me. Please. Oh, he's gone. Still coming. Poopy. Why am I running? I'm speed walking away from this guy. Get in the house. Hello? Am I supposed to beat the shit out of her? Or is she just like really, really slow? I'll give it another minute. Hello? Hello? Hold on! Ugh. Banger! Can you come and try to kill me already? Girl, I guess I'm just supposed to beat the shit out of her? Alright. PvP, let's go. It's weird. Oh, shit. Boopy. Boopy. Oh, okay, you're good. Surely I won't get jumped at again, right? You. Look, we got. Look, we got it, Boopy. No, Boopy, don't go. I need to look this way first. Don't go, please. I got Twix. that being open does not feel good. I scared myself by breathing. The creator lied to us. Feel familiar? What? No. Is this a toilet? No, I don't understand what you're saying to me, sir. Why is it asking me if I have shit today? Right this way. Hello? Hello? Okay, I think I've explored this area. Alright, we're going back to Booby now. Booby. With blue shards. Did you say blue shards? So sorry. Oh my god. I'm crying. I don't know why that's so fucking funny to me. Oh my god. You buy buy champions with the blue shirts. Oh my god, you used them to buy champions. I'm dying. You're so funny. Where's Boopy? I'm in tears. You use them for champions, and sometimes there's a shop you can buy chromas with. I'm so sorry. The fact that you're so serious makes it so much more funny. I don't know why it's so funny. See, I love you. I answered your question. I need a second. Oh, I'm dying. I answered your question though, right? That was satisfactory. You buy champions with them. And what else? Sometimes you can get icons. And sometimes you can get chromas. I don't know if it's the same in Wild Rift, but I would assume that it is. I'm dying. I can't. Let me resume. It won't let me resume, guys. I can't. It won't let me resume. Hello? Guys, I literally, it won't let me. It won't let. Hello? Do we just play the whole game like this? Shut up! Please, I want to play. Let me out! Oh, this is a glitch. There ain't no way. Look, I can't even exit, guys. Well, we're gonna sit in silence now. Boopy. Okay, I'm gonna have to relaunch. I hope that's saved because I'm one second. I'm smashing my buttons and it is You're right, it is karma. I shouldn't have laughed as hard as I did. That's my bad. There we go. Oh, please say you saved. Please don't make me get chased again. I'm dying. Alright, let's go, Boopy. Oh my god, look at that. He's walking like a little diva. Look at that swing in his hip. Sashay away. Another place I can hide. Boopy, slow down. It won't let me run. I only walk like one step every 30 seconds. What's up, Boopy? Want me to go in here? Oh, okay. Yeah, chill. Where are we going, sir?
You're so interesting. So different. I
Yeah,
have
you
to
leave my
say,
boy alone.
I'm an instant fan.
If anything happens to
Looks
Boopy,
like
I
you've
would
got
end
a
it
date
all.
with an angel. Come to
Boopy,
me now.
you stay here.
Level 9. Just follow the screams.
What if I don't want to? Why don't we just leave, Boopy? I can make you so much soup. Come home with me. I can make you a can of soup I can make you 7 cans of soup a day, sir. You don't want to be here. Please don't betray me. I swear to God, if you betray me, I'm going to be so upset. I love you.
Come on. Step out of your cage.
Boopy, don't do it.
There's a whole twisted world out here.
Boopy.
Punching in.
Okay, wait, just stop. Boopy, wait! Oh my god. I gotta look for stuff, sir. My achievements. Boopy, chill. I need to get all the achievements. I'm coming. Oh! I'm coming, Boopy. Oh, look at that.
These blasted elevators. Sometimes they open, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they come, sometimes they keep on going to hell and back. I keep telling these people, if Mr. Joey Drew keeps cutting corners like this, someone's sure to end up falling to their death. And it sure ain't gonna be me. I'm taking the stairs.
You did it again! I cannot take you seriously. I'm glad you have over 20,000 blue shards. Congrats. Start buying some characters. Buy all the girls. And Braum. Braum's neat. Who else are like? I like a lot of support, but I think like damage. Oh, Boopy, look at him run! Wait for me! Sir, wait for me! Boopy! What the fuck? Boopy, are you okay?
Look around. It took so many of them to make me so beautiful. Anything less than perfect was left behind. I had to do it. She made me.
That thing's gonna move. What is that?
Joey Giroux. Apparently times are tougher than I thought. For a moment there, I thought I'd be stuck with the check. But I gotta say, he wasn't at all what I expected. Quite the charmer. He even called me Alice. I liked it.
Okay. Don't move. I'm begging you, don't move. Hello? Yeah, maybe we leave Boopy behind this time. This cannot be good for his mental. Hello?
Now we come to the question. Do I kill you? Do I tear you apart to my heart's delight? The choices of the beautiful are unbearable. How's a girl to choose? Take this little freak, for instance. He crawled in here, trailing his tainted ink to my door. It could have touched me. It could have pulled me back.
Do you know what it's like? Living in the dark puddles?
No, and I don't want
It's a
to.
buzzing, screaming well of voices.
Bits of your mind swimming like fish in a bowl.
The first time I was born from its inky womb, I was a wiggling, pussing, shapeless slug. The second time, well,
It made me an angel. I will not let the demon touch me again. I'm so close now.
Bro, that thing's still alive.
So almost perfect.
yes, I will spare you. For now. Better yet, I'll even let you ascend and leave this place. If you will do a few eensy, weensy little favors.
Depends on what it is, ma'am.
Return to the lift, my little errand boy. We have work to do.
Poopy? We gotta go. I'm coming back with you, sir. I'm coming. Slowly but surely, it still won't let me run. Poopy? Where are you? If I'm doing errands, surely they won't, like, jump scare me, right?
My machines are hungry. Gather me some spare parts.
Do it yourself. Take the wrench. Where, ma'am? You just locked me in. I'm blind. You need to... Yeah, that's what I thought. You need to make it obvious. Where's Boopy at? Booba.
There are so few rules to our world now. So little trees. But there is one rule we all know and respect down here.
Uh-huh.
Beware the ink demon.
There's like
Stay out in
700
the open
ink
for too
demons.
long and he will find you. For if you see him, you'd better hide.
Boopy.
If you don't, well, I enjoyed our date. Now,
You locked
let
it in
us
there.
begin our work.
Never mind. Never mind, he got me stressed out. You. Yeah. Be gone. He's safe in the elevator. You don't scare me. Get out of here. Keep going. Hey, yo. Get out of here. Up we go. Up we go. The big poopy. Oh my god, how many stairs I gotta go up? Hello? Hello? I don't like all these corners. Come on. Oh, this way. Yeah! Okay, not that way. This way. Open? Don't want to work here anymore. He will set us free. Uh-huh. Okay, there's somewhere I can hide. Which is not a good... I don't like that. Who is he? Nice try, idiot. Hello? Wasn't he just on the table? Yeah, keep in mind that's there. I'll give you that, sir. You got me that time. Shook me. Get out of here. There's another place to hide. I don't like this. I'm gonna have to get everywhere. Keep going up the stairs. What is that? This way. And then go uppies. Hello? Gulp, 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 gulp. Oh, we're getting sus now. I don't trust this anymore. How many stairs do I have to go up? Oh my god. Ugh. Okay. Oh my god, more? Wait, could I have taken the elevator? All those stairs for what? Boopy! Bring him up! Anything here? Boopy! Boopy! Oh my god, I scared myself with the jumping. Hello? Another place to hide, sus. I'm not going this way. It's too quiet. Oh my god, I'm dying. More stairs. Okay. I'm going. Ew. Stinky. He's all gonna turn on or what? Nope. Ah!
Every creak of the floor, every rustle of paper. I wouldn't run so fast if I were you.
Aww.
You never know what will draw him in.
He's gonna be behind this door, isn't he? Hello? Level K for killing me. Come on, Booby. Yep! Oh, we're back to this. Okay, hello? Yep. Booby, what am I supposed to do? Search gear level. Oh my god, am I dyslexic? Collect 3 special gears, search gearboxes on level 10. Holy moly. Okay, wait. Worst case, I run back to Booby and we got a hiding spot. Oh no! What are you? Get out of here!
One down.
Nasty ass. Right. Right. Hello. I need more gears, please. Nope. Keep going. Keep going. Hello? I already know that's a dead end. Yep. Got 1. It's 3, right? 3. Oop. I'm going. Okay. Not this way. We went that way. We came from this way, right? Yeah, okay. This way. Yeah. Oh, no. Where? I just want the gears! Go away! There's 2. Where's this demon? This demon is gonna show up.
This one's empty.
I have no trust. This one?
Ah, that should be plenty.
Alright, let's go.
Return them to me. And try not to die on the way back.
Huh? Why would I
Nothing
die?
in here.
You got me fucked up, Miss Angel. Goopy. Where's Goopy? Boopy Goopy. Come on. Gotta go to level 9. Alright. Level
Bendy said I had talent. He was always a good liar.
Let's go.
Still, he was once a very handsome man.
Oh, where's this ink demon? Let's go to make me scream. Alright. Boopy, stay here. Yes, you stay behind the gates, protect yourself with your life. If you die, I die, Boopy. Where is this gearbox now? Over here, maybe? I already got that one. It came from here, so I gotta assume the drop box is over here. Here?
Have you seen them? The swollen ones. They're just stuffed full of extra thick ink. It makes me sick. And yet, perfect thing for keeping myself together. If you're gonna catch them, you'll have to learn to move quietly.
Huh?
Come back to my door. I have something that you'll need.
Oh, inject them? Excuse me? Hunt swollen searchers on level 11. Alright, Booby, get the elevator started. I guess I'm injecting them now. Yep. Oh, let me in. We're going to 11 now. Yep. Don't worry, I'll stay. What are you? Don't you set me up for failure! You see that shit, Booby? What the hell was that? No, Booby! Oh, I'm trapped in the corner. Oh, she fucked me up. She took me to a one-hit weapon to a two-hit weapon. You got me messed up. Where are you? I heard you, fat fuck. Yeah. Get out of here!
Sickening. Oh, makes my skin crawl. But the task is done. Bring me back my equipment, please.
Why do you keep moving the elevator, brother? Come on. Are you trying to get me killed? Booby! He took it all the way to the basement. Let me in! Oh, no, 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 no! No, don't be scared of me, please! Don't be scared of me,
Once
please!
upon a time, there was an angel,
Level 9.
and she was beautiful
No!
and loved
Oh, I'm
by
scared
all.
now.
She was perfect, no matter what Joey says.
Booby, stop, please, Booby! Oh, stop shaking your boots, sir. Here you go.
I'll make this simple. Look for valve panels. Turn the little wheels. Then bring me their power cores.
You're so annoying.
Please don't make me regret sparing you. I can always change my mind.
Well, like, you gotta let me go if you want me to do it. Oh, I gotta go plunge some toilets. Oh my god. This is the worst. Go, go.
Another day, another dollar.
Level 9? Level P. P for plunge. Oh, my bad. Oh, we're going up, Booby. Alright, let's go plunge some toilets, I guess. All these things around here. Get plunged, idiot! Yeah. Let's go look for toilets, I guess. Get out of here! not going all the way down these stairs again. Please tell me I don't have to go down these stairs again. What was that? I saw you go in that door. Ow! Get him! You, what are you? Get out of here! What is this? Get out of here! Oh my god! Get plunged. Is there any soup around, or did I eat it all? Yum, yum, yum. Want to solve the ink tubes on level P. I think this room's good. Just did a loop. So let's go this way. Ink tubes. Oh. You, oh, I gotta do these little puzzle things again. Oh my goodness gracious, get out here. Is that good? No, one more. There? Yippee! Hello? There's one. Okay, this one is good. That one is good. This one. Get out here! Oh, I gotta go all the way back up. That's the ink demon, I guess. I can't run. I can't stay still. Do I have to do that all over again? That one's good. Oh, nerd, go away. Okay, we're not going this way. This way is a little bit. We're going a different way. Get out of here. Oh, he's chasing me. Okay, that one's still good. I need to find some soup. Oh my goodness gracious, soup time. Yeah. Some moldy stuff. Okay. Got this. Oh, please don't scare me. We're right there. Yes, yes. Gimme.
You're quite the efficient little errand boy, aren't you?
Back to 9? Yeah. This way. Perhaps? Oh, bro, stop. Keep the elevator here, please. What about getting changed? Ew. Ugh. Hello. Okay. Why were you upstairs?
There was a time people knew my name. It's Alice Angel, they'd say. Feels like so long ago. But those days can come back. Dreams come true, Susie. Dreams come true.
Okay. Alright, I got your whatever you want. Can I please leave now?
You see those grinning demons? Let's remove them, shall we? I've got just the tool to make this even more enjoyable.
Oh, now you give me an axe back? Destroy all the Bendy cutouts. Oh, no. Level K and Heavenly Toys. Beware the Ink Demon. Oh my god. Alright, ready? We're gonna go to level K. Godspeed. Gotta find all the guys now. Go. I feel like they would just have to, like, you can't make me go down 700 stairs just to get one cutout, right? We'll start on the main floor. I'm gonna be fighting for my life anyways. Can I get this one? Yep. Yeah! Poopy? Poopy, let me in! Oh! Bathrooms? Nope. Other bathrooms? Nope. Alright. Let's go. Hello. Here's some cutouts. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Did she give me a number? 11? Got like, what, 3? Okay, that's all for this room. Hello? Guys, I think he's that way. Oh, I gotta go that way. He went to the wall. Okay. Oh. Oh. like when the music cuts out. Oh, how many do I have left? 8? Oh my god. Make sure he's not like roaming. Oh, I'm so scared right now. I don't see him. Please count, right? Okay, oh my god, thank god. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now that was fun.
Forgot to mention what?
But I forgot to mention, he hates it when I would hide if I were you.
You don't have to tell me twice. He's not in here with me, is he? Ain't no way he's in here with me. Oh my god! He's big! Oh. He's walking. Never mind. I gotta go that way. Go in the walls. Get in the walls. Go! I gotta go that way. Oh my god. I've messed up. Is he going? Don't creak. Don't creak. Okay, we just gotta get back to Boopy. Oh, I will hydrate in 1 second as soon as I find a hole to hide in. Oh. Okay, I think we're still good. Drink water now. Boopy! Boopy! Oh my god, please! Hurry it up! We gotta go back to 9, I'm guessing. Yeah, of course. Good Boopy! You see that thing? Ooh, a little creature came for me. I like pants. Can't get me here, right? Here you go, ma'am. Your 700th task you've assigned me with. Bomb. Now what?
The disgusting wretches have wandered my halls, have gone unchecked. They're trying to drag me back to the darkness. Don't take your angel.
Ugh, you're not my angel.
One by one, smash them into puddles. Kill them.
The what now? Ma'am. You're gonna kill me! Where's the girl? Where's the shoes?
Return to me. Try not to die on the way back.
Oh, okay, thank God I don't have to do all that again. You know, this would be better if you, like, let me keep this axe. Instead of giving me a fucking pipe, I gotta hit them with twice.
The disgusting wretches have wandered my halls, have gone unchecked. Trying to drag me back to the darkness.
Get ripped off on me.
Take your angel. Hurt them one by one. Smash them into puddles. Kill them.
Ma'am, maybe if you gave me a better weapon. Get away from the ink piles. Give me a second. There's no soup. Look at this thing running at me. Oh my God, there's 2 of them. Yes. Oh, leave me alone. Give me some soup. Oh my God. They're going to... Is that all of them? Girl, let me in.
Quiet, like a welcoming grave. I like the silence. Don't you?
I want to be out of here.
Oh, I hate leaving work unfinished. Fortunately, I have you to pick up the pieces. But you'll have to go even deeper. Down, down, down into the abyss.
Okay.
Take the lift down. Say hello to an old friend. Sending you a little present. A little firepower. Take good care of it. It belonged to someone very
Do I get a gun?
special. I forgot. It's a little hard to get a hold of. Oh well. Better luck next time.
Wow, fuck you. Next time, do your own chores. That's crazy. Juice lift. Alright. Wait. Hearts. Oh no. Alright, let's go, Boopy. Descend to the... Girl, how am I supposed to know which one's which? 16, I would assume is up. Are we going up or down? Let's see. Let's see where this takes us. I would usually assume it's the other way around, right? The numbers go up as you go up floors, not down. Why are you scared? Okay.
There he is. The projectionist. Skulking in the darkness. You be sure to stay out of his light. If you don't want trouble, just bring me back the pieces I need.
I don't want to. Oh, I got two big old demons after me and then a bunch of goopies. Oh, I don't like this. Go, 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 go. Oh, I have to go that way, don't I? No! No! Okay. Where is he? I gotta wait till I see him again. I can't crouch or anything either.
No, I'm not looking for trouble. It's just the nature of us projectionists to see through the dark. See, I've learned the ins and outs of this here studio. I know how to avoid being bothered by the likes of this company. That projectionist, they always say, creeping around. He's just looking for trouble. Well, trouble or not, I sees everything. They don't even know when I'm watching. Even when I'm right behind them.
Yeah, okay, this guy gotta leave this room. Godspeed, everybody! Where is he? Where is he? Oh, I'm about to get jump scared. Oh, hell no! What do I couldn't, Alright, speed run. We're going. Holy. You fucking idiot. Alright, we gotta go fast. Oh shit! I'm not hitting him. He beat my ass last time. He just hears me, so he's turning around. Do I have... Okay. Next time he gets me, I'll do that. Before we play in Dead by Daylight, you're fucking looping me. Okay, let me find the place to hide, and then smack the shit out of him. Oh, he swiped me. Can you just hear me? Alright. I know we're not going to try to beat the shit out of them. Be nice to know where he is starting off. Okay, there he is. And we'll just follow behind him, I guess. Which way he's turning first. I'm missing what? I'm missing 4? Gotta be this way. Oh my god. To come back this way? Yeah, okay. No? None here.
Bring them to me, now. don't like to wait.
Go! Run! Ugh. Alright. Back to Boopy we go! Where's the elevator? It'll be up here. Oh, what the hell? There we go. Boopy, I'm back. Let's go. Back to 9. I'm tired of doing stuff for this girl. How many chapters does this game have? One second. Oh yeah. Oh no. I'll deal with this after. I'll deal with this after. Okay.
It seems we've reached the end of my to-do list, my little errand boy. I hope you enjoyed our time together. I'll always treasure it. Return to the lift. It's time to go home.
She's lying to me. Act like she's gonna let me out of here.
Have you ever wondered what heaven is like? I like to dream that it's quite beautiful. A soft valley of green grass, blanketed by a warm sun. I don't think I'll ever get to see it. Are you ready to ascend, my little errand boy? The heavens are waiting.
That does not sound good. I do not think I'm getting out of here.
Did you really think I'd let you steal from me? Really think I just let you go?
What did I
No,
steal?
Henry. I know who you are, and I know why you're here. And you will not stop what needs to be done. Now come down and bring me back my forest!
No!
Most perfect forest I've ever seen. And I want it! I need it. I need it inside so I can be beautiful again!
Oh.
Understand? Don't you get it? Give him to me!
No!
Yes! I'll take him! You're dead!
Oh! I'm awake! Boopy, move! Go! Run, Boopy, please! Save yourself! She's behind you! Stop! Stop making me go!
All right, Joey. I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
Boris! Boris, I'm coming! I will let her steal your insides! Oh my god. This way. Okay.
Definitely something missing here.
Of course. Back I go. Where is the cog, ma'am? Oink. I'm running. Oh, I don't like that. Those are shadows that are about to jump at me. I don't trust you. Hello?
They told me I was perfect for the role. Absolutely perfect. Now Joey's going around saying things behind closed doors. I can always tell. Now he wants to meet again tomorrow. Says he has an opportunity for me. I'll hear him out. But if that smooth talker thinks he can double-cross an angel and get away with it, well, oh, he's got another thing coming. Alice? Ooh, she doesn't like liars.
Secret passage, huh?
So that's how it works.
Oh, I'm not good at these things. Ugh. Ah! Where'd they go? I told you guys they were gonna fucking move. Okay. Book. 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 Yep. Another one. Thank you. Book. One more book. 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 Okay. Don't jump scare me, please. Please, I'm begging you. Where's the final book? Book. Glowing book. Glowing book. There should be a glowing book. There we go. Should be all of them, right?
I can get across here if I can find a way to fix this.
Oh, of course. Repair the bridge. Oh, I don't like these tight corners. I don't like these tight corners. I don't like them. I don't like them. that just do? Oh, gear. Oh, I need a gear? Okay. Gear. Gear. Oh, hell no! Ew. What do I use the scoop for, though? Scoop 'em. Do I use it to get... Scoopy. What is the scoop for? We'll figure it out. Repair the bridge. Oops. Oh. I want a gear, please. Ew. Thank you. Yep. And there we go. Yippee! Hello. Where is he? Let me on! I gotta save my friend. Alright, here we go. Something about to happen. Like, leave or wild rift? What was that? Wild rift. Guess no more wild rift for you. Boopy, I'm coming! Oh, I don't like it. Okay. Boopy.
I see you there, my little errand boy. Your angel is always watching.
No.
What is it that keeps you going? Is it the thrill of the hunt? The thirst for your freedom? Or perhaps you're just looking for a little friendly wolf?
Yes, I want my guy back.
Better hurry,
One piece?
errand boy. Boris is having trouble staying in one piece.
I'm coming for you, Boopy. I'll save you.
He's complaining. He always fights me. Oh no! I just want to go home. When do we go home? When do we go home?
He's so me when I worked as an animator. Bro, it's been 12 hours. When can I go home? Hello? Oh, you're not gonna make me go to that little hole, are ya? Here. Aw, don't cry. It's okay. Don't cry. Oh, it's okay. We'll get rid of her. Oh, no, no, no. No, don't do this to me. Not the vents. Hey, shh! Don't shush me! Can't get me in here, right? We're good. We're okay. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna go left this time. We've been going right. Never mind. We're gonna go right this time. My bro looked like a mind flayer from Baldur's Gate, low key. Is this a dead end? Please let me out. Guys, I'm kind of scared right now. I think I'm gonna ink my pants. Don't scare me. I'm begging you. Hello? Come up and see me. Dreams come true. Can I go in this room? Of course I can. Almost there. French key. Alright, where's my homie?
For 40 years, I've built attractions that stagger the imagination. Colossal wonders, such as the world has never seen. I have earned my legacy with sweat. Right in front of everyone. High-level investors, Wall Street tycoons. The ever-tactless Joey Drew introduces me, the great Bertram Piedmont, as Bertie, like I was his child. You may be paying me, Mr. Drew, but you don't own me. I'll build you a park, bigger than anything you could ever possibly conceive. But before you go taking any bows, Mr. Drew, know that this grand achievement will belong to me, and to me alone.
Okay. So they're going to make a theme park? Okay, there's storage, so... You lied to me, girl. You told me to go up. Oh. Okay, storage room. Oh, no! Dark. Ooh.
Back to the old grind.
I don't like this.
These guys down in the warehouse get to play games all day while I'm stuck cleaning up after them. They keep locking themselves out of their own back room. So I said to them, look guys, I says, you're smart, right? Here's an idea. Why not make these games to knock open the door if you win? It'll be fun for you guys, and it saves me the trip down here every day. They win for it like a dog to pot roast. I tell ya, if these guys don't start realizing who the real genius is, I'm out of here.
Okay. Ew! Those are horrifying. Okay, we gotta play some games to open the door. Follow this cord, I guess. Let's see, what game do we have to play? Maintenance.
This haunted house seems like the way to go, but it's gonna need some power.
Haunted house.
Hang in there, Boris. I'm coming.
Oh, I don't want to do a haunted house, please. Yeah.
Tell me, are you having fun? I'm sure Boris doesn't mind waiting for his rescue party.
Leave me alone. I gotta play games to open the door, don't I? Oh, that was embarrassing. Oh, leave me alone. Yeah. How did I get thrown behind me? I'm sorry, Boris. I'll come rescue you and you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I didn't win though. That's triggering. This is rigged. These are some rigged games. I'm not stopping until I get them all. I'm done. You got me messed up. You're cheating. Oh, okay. I got it. Up! What? Oh, I'm out of bullets. Make it. See, look, that's what I'm saying. I gotta beat the games to open the door, and she's telling me I'm wasting my time.
That's one.
Okay. Okay, obviously I need to win this one. They need to stop rigging this. Yeah. No! Okay, I see how it is. Like the middle one last, I guess? Yeah. No. I'm trying! Oh! Whatever, I guess that one doesn't count. What other games? Or do can I just pull this now? Oh, okay, what? Oh, okay. This store. I'm gaming.
Looks like I've got some company up ahead. Without some kind of weapon, I don't stand a chance. There's gotta be a way around them.
Why did I do that? What? Just throw soup at them? Oh, yeah. Soup time. Soup time. Up here, anything up here? Lots of soup cans. Okay, before I go down there, what do I need down there? Search the warehouse. Girl, I am searching. Let's see. I guess, let's try and get them in that corner.
That's 2.
Cans! Leave me alone! Go for the cans! Yep! No! Not me! Oh my god. Ah, flashbang. I think I understand now. I get it. Ugh. I got it. Stairs. Where are the stairs? We'll go around and then we'll throw it. Oh, they're all like that. Yep. No! Loop him. Loop him! We're so close. We're so close. We got this. I could do without being burped every time I die. Oh my god, my eyeballs. Can you guys not go literally where I need to go? I'm begging you. It saved when I pressed them. I didn't have to keep doing this. I got the other one, right? Oh, oh no, oh no, oh no, no. Oh. Okay, let's go check the warehouse. Okay, I did get it. What I thought. Okay. There's 2. Now we want 3. Does this way? Ooh, I don't like this.
The biggest park ever built. A centerfold of attractions. Each one more grand than the one before it. It makes my eyes come to
Why
tears.
did my
at the
eyes
thought.
blink like that?
But then, oh, Mr. Drew, the true architect behind so many nightmares. I built this park. It was to be a masterpiece. My masterpiece. And now you think you can just throw me out? Trample me to the dust and forget me? No! This is my park, my glory. You may think I'm wrong, but I'm still here.
There's a face in that thing! You can't reach me, right? What if I just hide in the corner? Try and get me. Oh, I gotta get those screws. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I got it. I got it. Yep. Ow, my bones. You just shattered my legs. Come on, stop moving. Go, 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 go. Yep, yep. Oh, boys off in the corner. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Yep, yep. Get me from here. Yep, yep. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That leg, go. Go, go, go. Corner, corner, corner. We got this, we got this. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Stop spinning. Go, go. Yep, yep. Move your fat arm. What? Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, no. Got it, we got it, we got it, we got it. Come on, come on. Oh, you want to hit me? You want to hit me so bad? Yep, yep. Corner. Yes, 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 yes. Go, go, go. Dead. Die, die. I can't see. Whoop. We got it, we got it. Go, go, go. You died today, brother. Oh. I see. Man, that would suck to be turned into a
That makes 3.
Carousel?
1 to go.
I'm thinking Ferris wheel and carousel together. Oh my god, my brain sometimes. Carousel. Spinny Mobini. Oh, those things mess me up. Those things mess me up. Have you guys ever been on any, not even necessarily like a carousel, because those ones are chill, but those things that like spin you up, like they drop you up and wow. They lift you up and drop you down and then spin you all around. There used to be like a fair that would come into the city, and I went once with friends and I went on one of those things and it started to spin me. It was fine, like up and down around was fine, but the second it started spinning me backwards was when I was like, uh-oh. One more door. This way? Choo choo, choo choo. Choo choo. Yep. Oh no. The zipper? Not the zipper. Not the zipper. I'd never gone on the zipper. It was something else. It was like a, I think it was called like the spider, like something like that. The octopus had like a certain amount of arms on it, and it would like spin you around and lift you up and down. What am I even looking for in here? I've never gone on the zipper. That thing scared me. I felt like that would scramble my brains. And also like,
I believe there's something special in bones. With true inner strength, you can conquer even your biggest challenges. You just have to believe in yourself and remain honest, motivated, and above all, who you really are. Okay, let's stop right there. I can only do so many takes in this trash today. And tell the guys in writing I want more use of the word dreaming in every message. Keep railing on that. Dead? Dreaming, dreaming,
sorry, give
dreaming.
me a snap
People
now.
just eat up that kind of slop. What? Still on? Turn it off, damn it!
Yeah, I never went on the zipper, mostly because like I was terrified, and secondly because I had glasses and I was scared they would be launched off my face. Because I had that happen on a roller coaster before where my glasses almost got launched off my face, and I had to like punch myself in the face to... It was like on a, it was like kind of, not even like a theme park, I guess a bit of, it was like a park, kind of a theme park, not really. And it had like the most rickety old roller coaster ever, and it was like shaking me, like, how do I explain this? Like, it was shaking me. It was just, it shook me. It like shook me so hard, my glasses started to fly off my face. And then I had to like grab my glasses because I was scared they would fly off my face, and then I just punched myself. And then I never went on that again because I was like, if I lose my glasses, mom will literally kill me and I will be blind for real, for real. Back when I remember like not having money for glasses and having to tape the arm on my glasses, like shit like that, and just being like, oh my god, please nobody acknowledge this, I am poor. But now I have contact, so it's not as bad. but it's never come back. All the spots that used to be like set up have like places have been built there, like a McDonald's, and then another spot they are building like apartments and stuff. So it's just like I think they just can't come here anymore. I'm sure they could find a spot, but like at that I feel like inflation would have hit very hard. So I don't think it's even worth it to go. You know, I'd love to go to those places again, but like I'm 25 now, and also I feel like, as I said, inflation has hit it, so it's probably like fucking $10 a ride now. It's crazy. That's like one of the places when I was like, I don't know, like 11 or 12 or something, I went with a bunch. I went with 2 friends. I had 1 friend, so going with 2 is a bunch for me. All right, y'all, we ready for the haunted house? I'm not. Turn back. Oh, okay, I'm going, guys. Let's go.
And now, the ride truly begins, Henry. Come in and pretend it's all just a bad dream.
Got me.
It's a funny thing, how so much can fall apart so fast.
Ew,
We never really had control of the studio. Either you were in someone's pocket, or you were putting someone into yours. I just wanted what was promised to me. I just wanted to be beautiful. Surely you can understand that.
Call me ugly?
Henry, why are you here? We're all dying to find out. Do you just enjoy the terror of the drop into hell? Because if that's the case, hang on tight.
Oh no.
I've got a surprise.
Boris! Oh no, what has she done to you?
No!
Meet the new and improved Boris! I took what I wanted, and in return, I gave him so much more! And this time, there's no ink demon, no escape. Boris, tear him apart! Leave nothing!
Oh, it turned to an ER. Wasn't fast enough. Goopy. Don't do this, please. Don't make me hurt you. Oh, no. Oh, no. Go. No. Hello? Hello? Oh, they got me locked up in naughty animator prison. Hello?
I know that song.
Everyone knows that song. Who are you? Why are you here?
I was invited by an old friend. And now I can't leave.
Then you know more than we do. 1 minute, we don't even exist. Just thoughts. And the next minute, this place.
Are you gonna let me out of here?
Down here, strangers aren't good things. How can we trust you? We don't even know what you are.
My name is Henry. I used to work here.
I honestly don't know my name. So, they call me Alice. But I'm no angel. You go back and rest. We'll talk again later.
Go back and rest on the floor? Okay.
It's only for a few hours. No need to worry. I won't go far. Only up to level 6. Just stay here. Keep an eye on Henry, okay? I'll be back as soon as I can. I promise.
Boopy. Boopy, we are friends. Hi. I'm not going anywhere. You can stop with that.
Henry? Here, you must be hungry.
Soup time?
Sorry, it's all we have.
Fine, guess I'll starve.
I know you're watching me. It's just a little creepy.
What am I supposed
You're
to do?
the one that writes on the walls.
We all do. For some poor souls down here, it's the only way they can be heard. But you don't want to touch the ink for too long. It can claim you, pull you back. That's how I met Tom. I was messing with things I shouldn't have been, and he was there.
Is Tom
Why do you call him Tom?
He just seems to respond to it.
Goofy?
Well, I don't think he's very fond of me.
Let me show you something. A while back, I was mapping out one of the upper levels when I noticed something reflecting off a piece of glass. I held up the glass, looked through, and on the wall behind me was a hidden message. Right there, in plain sight. So I kept looking, and found more and more messages everywhere in the studio. But you can't see them with your eyes. Only through this. Take a look. I don't know who's leaving them, but I think they know how to get out of here.
Where does it all lead to?
Nowhere. I followed them for a long time. Just leads me in circles. I don't think I meant to leave this place, Henry. But maybe you are.
Alice, please let me out of here.
Tom thinks you're dangerous.
And what do you think?
I think you're the hope I've been waiting for.
You're going to let me die.
Go to sleep. Maybe tomorrow will be better.
Let me out of the cage! Let me out!
That was really stupid, Tom. You shouldn't have gone out there. Now that he's seen you, it's only a matter of time before he finds us here.
Will you free me now? Hi! Don't wave! He's looking at me! He's gonna fucking kill me! I didn't even do anything! I'm stuck here! Am I supposed to sit in the corner?
We can't just leave him. Not with the ink demon right outside the door.
What's going on?
He's coming. We have to move on. Tom, we have to let him out. I'm sorry.
It's fine, I knew this was gonna happen. Thank you. Fuck you, Tom. You're not my boofy. It's inside the vault. Let me out of here. So many questions. Don't go through the door. What door? Oh. Spoon. Don't escape. Go to the door. What door? Take the spoon. You draw beautifully. Thank you. Oh, there's always hope. Okay. Oh. Look inside. You'll need this. there's only really one way, right? Don't go through the door. What door? Escape. Take a spin. Okay, let's... Yep, get out of here. Freaking demons. Hey, I can't reach you. That's not fair. There's something in the river. Launch the barricade. Can I get in? Let me in! Alright, let's go. Oh, I don't like this. Yep. There's no messages. Keep going! Oh no!
Sounds like something's stuck in the paddle wheel.
Oh, hell no! Go! Go! Oh, he's behind me. Oh, keep going. Yep. Keep going. Bees, get the bees out here. Oh no, oh no, oh no. There's no messages, right? There's no messages. No, of course. Okay, go, go, go. Oh, be out here. Oh my god, this is the almost there. I can see it. Oh, thank God. Get me off that boat. Down here, we're all sinners. Okay, bro. You bring death. Time to believe. Once people now fallen into despair. One's in here, right? Okay. Gotta assume I can't open any of these doors. Yeah.
Abandoned. I trusted you. I gave you everything.
Who are you?
And you left me to rot. Why?
Get out of here! Oh, he's gonna kill the fuck out of me. Oh, he killed me. Go away. What? What?
He lies. He always lies.
I guess we're just gonna do some loop around him. Huh? Loop him. Yep. Get out of here.
He lies. He always lies. Don't look at me. Stay away.
Where'd I go? Yep. That? Nope. What's your beef with me, bro?
You lied to me. You said I'd be free. Well, I'm going to free you now. Free your head right off your shoulders.
Behind you.
Sheep, sheep,
I mean,
sheep.
not behind
It's
you.
time for sleep.
Boopy, you came back for me. Oh. Aw, thank you. Are you betraying her?
That was close. You're lucky we were in the neighborhood.
You left me.
Was that him?
I don't think so. The Searchers and the Lost Ones built this place.
She left
Sammy
me.
must have been keeping them at bay, now that he's gone. Looks like we're in for a fight. Get ready.
Huh?
Watch out! Here they come!
Oh, okay. I'll decide that.
Go back to your puddle!
I can't miss with this. I can see.
I've never seen this many before.
Get out of the way. Get out of here. Oh, I got her to
Get away from me!
My bad. Oh, no, the good guys.
Do this. Keep fighting.
Girl, they're gonna kill me. Because the helmet is on.
think that's all of them. But you never know where they're gonna crawl out of next. Probably best if we stay together from now on. Henry? Think you can lead the way?
I can try. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, we're gonna get snatched from the darkness. Oh, my bones. Hello? Yeah, I have no trust in these guys.
Now that's interesting.
Ooh, find some pipes, huh?
Progress report to Jed's home office. Client, Joey Drew Studios. Although we're making progress, the client's expectations keep changing. What started as a machine to simply mold life-size figures now seems to be teetering on the edge of more than
The music's too loud. I can't hear this.
Mr. Drew remains convinced they're the same thing. The process of running the cartoon film through the machine for the figures to imprint upon themselves is going well. We've had several near successes. One weird note, the first figure ever created was a failed attempt in the likeness of the character called Bendy. Since that time, no other attempts of this particular figure have emerged. And the one that did, I don't know. There's just something unworldly about him.
Yeah, we need to find some pipes. Or some goop, I guess. Make pipe.
I better get overtime for this.
I got all of these.
Always on time.
A small memo to all administration offices. Rumors have begun to fly that we simply can't tolerate any longer. The idea that the company is in some form of financial difficulty is untrue, and the slanders lie against us. It's also been known to me that some backroom incompetents are not trusting in my leadership. As a leader, I'm always steering the boat, guiding our destiny, looking at the big picture. No need for you people to worry about such complicated things. Just do whatever it is you do and trust your leader, which is me.
So it turns out it's my lucky day. I got to clean in some of the offices around 2 a.m. last night. And what do you think I find on one of the chairs? A big freaking chocolate cake, just sitting there, practically yelling my name. You know, I work hard. I earn my pay every darn dollar. But you know what this company's missing?
Why is
Little
there a
bit of
cake on a
place.
chair?
And this here cake, it's a flake. Hopefully
I
no
don't know
one
why
finds out
keep
what I've
yawning.
done. Because if they did, I can tell you what would happen. I'm out of here.
These guys again. I better stay out of sight.
Hey, yo, go! Run. Oh god, 3D! Where's this creature? Yeah, I got a new microphone, so it might be a little funky sometimes. Where is this thing? Where's that? Oh my god. Keep running. Please let me go by. Missing pipes. Oh, this is pressing it. Loop him! Loop him!
Listen, Tommy, I know you boys don't think this.
Go away.
I'm paying for living attractions, not weird abominations. Whatever that grinning thing was I saw wandering around your office, you better be time. I realize it was a first attempt, but imagine if the press caught sight of it. Might scare off investors. And in response to your previous memo, if you claim that your failures are because these things are soulless, then damn it, we'll give them a soul. After all, I own thousands of them.
Where are all the pipes at, my dudes? Oh my god, where are the pipes?
I know how much this part means to you, Susie. Alice means a lot to me, too. Gosh, all of my characters do. In fact, I'll let you in on a little secret. I, too, really believe my characters are more than just drawings. They're alive. They're part of us. And I want people to know them as well as I do. I want people to be able to shake their hand, spend an afternoon with them. Love them. Susie, I'll be straight. I'm putting together a small project. A little ceremony. What? A lot of dreams will come true. And I want you to be a part of it. I want you to bring Alice to life once again. What do you say?
I say, where are the pipes at? Oh, mess off, you little fuck. Get out of here. Oh my god. Oh, I'm speedrunning this. One last try. For now. And then we'll come back to it next time. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Find the missing pipe. It'd be nice if I could find one pipe. Wait for him to go by first. Mess off, you little freak. I want to find one pipe. I will run by all these guys. Oh my lord, he's throwing at me full speed. Bro, where'd the pipe say it? Hey, 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 chill. Gotta be this way somewheres. Hello. Pipe? Nope. Nope. Hello. That's off. Pipe. Yeah, just follow me. This door? Nope. This door? Oh, nothing. Yeah. Go away! Oh my lord, where did the pipe say it? Pipe? 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 Oh. Of course you corner me, huh? Pipe? Door's open. That door's open. This door's open. Hello. Ow. There's a okay, what about the store? Nope. Ow! Going. I know he is right behind me. This is fine. This is fine. Doors. Those are open. That's open. Hello. Yeah. Nope. 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 Oh, owie. I don't have to bring this out again, do I? Do I have to beat them? Are they holding the pipes? I can't beat them. I don't have anything. Oh, they're just behind me. There's like 4 of them. Ew. I'll just do them. Oh, there's another one. Hello. Follow me this way. Okay, alright, I get it. Oh. They don't like ink, I guess. Well, alright, we'll figure that out next time. I won't, I don't know how much longer is left in this game, but we'll do it, we'll finish it next time if it's not too long. And then, if we finish this one, I'll find another spooky game to play. But yes, that is all for today. Thank you everyone who showed up. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for dropping by. And bye! Bye. I'm waving my hands. Pretend I'm waving goodbye. Bye!